Welcome back to your dose. My name is Robert here with my pal Susan, and Susan saw the tease of the last one, of the next one, which you all might have seen too. This is why stories work.
Why
And
stories
we
work. Yeah.
talked a little bit about this right before, but we're going to dive more into it about the neurology of why stories work. And there's the opening line. How do you feel about stories work because our brains are wired for them? How does that sound to you?
I think I live that every day. So it proves itself to be true, whether I am trying to see that or not. It just does. There's,
So, some people hear this and they go, they still add the so what to it. And my point about
really?
why this is important, they do, trust me. Wrote a whole blog about it. You see that later. But
Neurology is, I mean, it's a big science, but it's a real thing.
there you go. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is true. You don't have it's like those bumper stickers that say the good thing about science is it's true whether you think it is or isn't. It's the story. This is the same thing about stories and our brains. It's true that our brains are patterning machines that have been hardwired to understand and process stories, whether you understand that or not. The benefit of knowing is you can rewrite stories and you can recognize when there are dangerous stories going on that are perhaps
Mm.
harming you in
Yeah.
ways you
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay,
Opportunity, freedom. Yeah.
love it. Exactly. Stories create emotional connections, organize information into cause and effect, and help us remember. How do you feel about that?
True. I'm going through the list here. True, true, and true.
Don, true. How do you feel about it? Do you like it?
Oh, well, help us remember is a. I want to say the word I want to say is relief. It's
Mm,
like a bailout
yeah.
when you can connect something that helps you retrieve it. It's just a huge relief when you don't always have that gift. Create emotional connections. Well, that I just live that all the time.
How
It's
many
why
times
sometimes I'm weeping. It's too almost too hard. There's too much empathy.
How many times do we play the game story in improv and people come back delighted from the breakout room saying, I talked about something that I totally forgot and it came up, right?
Yes. Or I talked about something I never would have guessed I would have said, in a class or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it sounded different, or I kind of remanufactured it or rewrote it in the moment,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
it was reflected when I heard the story told back to me in a way I'd never considered it
Yeah.
before,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So, once again, all of this about the power of stories. We see ourselves in characters. We feel their struggles and learn through their journeys.
We cry. I cry when I read books.
Yeah.
It's and they're words on a page. How can it get to me that much?
Yeah.
But you feel it.
Well, that's the suspension of disbelief. We talked about going into the book, of being sucked into the, I mean, cinema therapy. The idea is, you've seen that drawing that I love of the person on the screen and the person in the front row. And not only is the person reflecting light from the actor reflecting light on the viewer, but the viewer with their eyes is reflecting light back on the actor. And not that you're changing the nature of the actor, but you're kind of becoming the actor. You are with the person, you're like, that's me, or I wish that was me, or that's a piece of me that's buried deep inside. That light flows in both
Yeah.
directions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stories make meaning out of chaos, and that's how we make sense of life.
Sometimes I, I, I'd love to be able to pull that thread.
I'm not saying and this is the other thing, it's
Yeah.
not that sometimes making sense means it sucks. Sometimes it means acceptance, right?
No.
It,
Okay. Yeah.
right? It doesn't mean it's a
Right.
good story.
That
It,
doesn't mean it's a
it's
happy ending.
oh, right. Remember what we said? Tragic stories are tragic stories. Sometimes characters don't want to be anything other than what they are. Sometimes people don't want to transform. We've got that in our lives. We both do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And it is painful. And again, none of this is to say this came up on that podcast yesterday. Well, how does a story a cure? It's not saying it's a cure. It's a tool,
It's a tool. Yeah.
right? To live
That's such a
better.
great metaphor. It's a great way to describe it.
Yeah. Stories are a tool and they do work. And that,
ChatGPT.
just like ChatGPT, that is this daily dose. We'll see you on the next one.